Om Asmatgurubhyo Namaha. Krishno Rakshatano Jagatraya Guruhu Krishnam Namasyamyaham. Krishne Namarasyatravo Vinihataha Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha. Krishnadeva Samuthitam Jagadidam Krishnasya Dasosmyaham. Krishne Tishtati Sarvametadakhilam. He Krishna Samrakshamam. Jai Srimanarayana. With the blessings of Sri Chinajaya Swamiji, we're continuing Bhagavad Gita. We finished chapter 9. Last week we reviewed slokas 33 and 34. So we'll go through the questions of 33 and 34. Some of the questions, not all, because we want to speed up a little bit. We were focusing a lot on questions, so this week we'll try to cut down the number of questions. But this will give a good summary. Okay. So in slokas 33, 34, the first question, did Lord Krishna guarantee that those born as Brahmanas or royals will attain the supreme state of liberation?
No.
Nope.
There's no guarantee, right? Does Lord Krishna have any bias towards those born in Brahmana or royal families?
No.
No.
No. There is a like major misconception that somehow Lord Krishna is trying to, by at least mentioning these classes in Bhagavad Gita, is trying to divide. It's not basically that's not the case. Those who do not understand properly are the ones who kind of claim such things which are untrue. So we skipped question 3. So all these questions were given in the YouTube video description and also in our WhatsApp chat. What advantage, next question is, what advantage does a devotee have compared to others? What advantage? Why do we want to be a devotee?
So we are liberated from our karmic bondage and reach our goal.
Right, yes. Yeah, being a devotee is the only way of attaining liberation. If one is not a devotee, not following bhakti, right? Bhakti eka gocharaha. Like only with bhakti we are able to realize, recognize Paramatma. If we don't have bhakti, then we will not be able to attain state of liberation. That is, that's a guarantee that Lord Krishna is giving in a way, right? So one who is a devotee is on the path towards liberation. A devotee is not like not favored by Paramatma to get a lot of wealth in this, all those things. No, it's basically one who is a devotee is on the path towards liberation, is able to clean up the karmic bondage, get away from the karmic bondage, and Lord Krishna will, at his time of choice, he will clear all the karmic bondage and give liberation to that particular Atma. Okay, so that is the advantage that a devotee has compared to others. Next question, why is it easier for those who are born due to merits to attain the supreme state of liberation?
Less karmic bondage.
Less karmic bondage.
They have the means also. They have the means also to righteousness, and it's easier for them to learn something of that sort, I guess, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, exactly right. I think because who has merits, they'll be probably born with the families who already are towards the Paramatma. Then we'll have better means and better options and better, I think, easier path for them to reach Paramatma.
Right, right. Yeah, very good. This comes in multiple places in Bhagavad Gita. As one of the slokas specifically mentions, right? That will come later. But basically, those who are born due to merits, that means those who are born into the families with the merits, carrying the merits, they would have less obstacles. They will not be having ill effects of Rajas and Tamas, right? So, ill effects of Rajas and Tamas are uh, what are the two that are our enemies in this world?
Kama and Krodha.
Kama, Krodha. Kama, Krodha are born out of the Rajas and Tamasic qualities, right? So primarily Rajas, but Tamas, ignorance also causes. So those who are born with merits, they're automatically having less obstacles. It is not that Paramatma has some bias towards them. It's not that Paramatma has bias against others who are born with a lot of karmic bondage, right? Those who are born with sattvic nature, they are having less obstacles in following the Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, right? So becoming a devotee is easier for them compared to others, right? Because one who has ego, rajas, a lot of ego, tamas, a lot of ignorance, they will not be able to perceive Paramatma. They will not be able to follow the path of Paramatma that is given to us by Paramatma. Okay, so next question. Why should we seek the supreme state of liberation?
No karmic bondage.
Permanent happiness. Yes.
Happiness.
Yes. So
Have no
we
return.
are living in this world, Lord Krishna mentioned in these slokas, right? This world is temporary and misery filled, right? Full of miseries. No matter, rich, poor, no matter who it is, this world is filled with miseries. Some will face more, some will face less. So, and it is temporary. So, liberation is where basically we will reach a permanent state where we will experience that unlimited, infinite bliss forever, right? That is, what is that unlimited bliss?
Serving Paramatma state of no return, will never return to his cycle, right? But syntax again. Yeah.
Right. Serving Paramatma is unlimited bliss. So today we are able to serve Paramatma, yes, but we have limitations, right? We are not able to serve Paramatma as we like, because of our body limitations, our karmic bondage does not let us. Our health, wealth, resources, all these things may not let us worship Paramatma, serve Paramatma as we like. When we reach this state of permanent state of liberation, we will not have any limitations. Okay, and we will be able to serve Paramatma as we wish. We will not be tired. We will not be hungry. We will not, all this kind. We will not be limited by 2 hands and 2 legs and 1 mouth and all that. So we can take any body we like. We can take any number of resources. We basically will not have any limitations in serving Paramatma. And that is what causes us, gives us the permanent bliss. Maybe hard to imagine for people who are not seeking Paramatma. that state of permanent bliss, but those who are on the path towards liberation understand what it means. Will we be happy in this world if we completely focus on acquiring and possessing as many material objects as possible?
No.
No. No matter how much we possess, we will not be happy. Okay. What advice does Lord Krishna give to anyone born in this temporary and misery-filled world?
Focus on him.
Yes, bhakti, or practice bhakti. Okay, be a devotee, be a bhakta. Bhakti is not, again, just a quick summary, right? Bhakti is not like, oh, I need to pray to God in order for me to get something. That is not the real bhakti. Bhakti is pure, unconditional love, right? Devotion, unconditional love. You're not expecting anything in return. And serving Paramatma is the only motive. Right? What secret did Lord Krishna reveal at the end of Rajavidya, Rajagutya Yoga chapter?
Be completely
What?
devoted to me.
Focus on Paramatma, single pointedness. Yeah. Your mind fixed on Paramatma only all the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Meditating on Paramatma.
Yes. Yep.
One whose mind is fixed on me, meditating me, heart filled with unconditional love. One who worships me, serve me with no expectations in return, with no other motive other than service itself.
So our goal is state of liberation, right? So in order to, just say the goal, oh, your goal is state of liberation and leave it there. It doesn't help us. So Lord Krishna actually gave that secret to us, what we should do to attain the supreme state of liberation, how to attain him. This is what you do, and you will be attaining me. There are some places, in like Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga chapters as well, do this in order to attain, right? Attain me. Like that, there were some slokas earlier. It is not contradictory. Those are all supporting. So this is this is the necessary condition. Bhakti is a necessary condition. You say necessary and sufficient condition to prove something, right? So this is very important, like very much necessary. It's not optional, So follow these principles, which kind of includes Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga as well. If you see the principles given there, it is not contradicting, it is complementing, right? So practice, in whatever practices are given in this chapter, 9th chapter, bhakti is the only ultimate means to attain Paramatma, supported by Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Right? So, and Lord Krishna gave that secret to us. How do we practice bhakti? The entire chapter, and last couple of slokas, last few slokas, Lord Krishna summarized it for us. One final question. It's a tricky question, right? Someone is calling themselves as bhakta. I'm a devotee of Paramatma and practicing bhakti yoga. How would they answer this question? Who or what is most dear to you?
Lord
What is
Krishna.
most linked?
Lord Sriman.
Right. Yes. We shouldn't be thinking of the material things. Material things should not come to our mind first. Right? House, beautiful house, cars, a lot of money in the bank, or nice places to see, nice things to eat. A lot of people around us, enjoying that company. Even health. I mean, what is most dear to us? Paramatma only. Okay. All activities that we do are his activities. And he is the one who is supporting us in performing those activities. So everywhere we will connect ourselves to Paramatma. It is not like, okay, Paramatma is the only one I like, so I'm not going to do anything. That is not the case. Whatever we choose to do, okay, it is connected to Paramatma. So if something is not what Paramatma is prescribing for us, like don't hurt somebody unnecessarily, right? It's not prescribed, so we won't do it. So there are certain things that are very obvious to us. We will see in later chapters also what should be the qualities that we need to practice. Okay, and the activities that are supporting, that are based on those qualities. So if I'm practicing, if I have a particular quality, how do I say that I have that quality? Is when I show it, right? It comes out in action. So if I have Dayaguna, right? If I have what is it? Dayaguna means
Compassion.
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 Yeah.
Compassion.
Compassion. So if I have compassion is a quality, it's not like if I sit in the house and then have compassion, I have compassion, right? It comes out. So like we support others, we help others, we serve others, we donate. So all the qualities that we need to have, that and then the activities that are based on those qualities, all that we'll learn, right? And it will be obvious for us what we should not do also, right? In Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, Devasar Sampati Vibhaga, all the qualities will be given, what we should do, what we should not do, all that. So that is all connected to Paramatma. So if someone asks, okay, what is most, or we ask ourselves, what do we like the most? Paramatma should be the answer. It is very difficult for all of us to come up with that answer, but we need to practice it. So anything that is not related to Paramatma shouldn't bother us.
I think Swamiji once said, what stuck with me. She said, a true Vaishnava is the one who feels others' sufferings to be their suffering.
Yes.
That's what Swamiji said. I mean, of course, Vaishnava or whatever faith you have, but essentially, when you are able to actually not only thinking, but feeling others' suffering as your own suffering, then that is one of the qualities Swamiji said.
It's in one of the slokas, right? 8th chapter, I think we read that, right? 8th chapter, 8th or 9th chapter, yeah. Their sufferings and all these things, yeah. I guess Paramatma also says something.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we concluded chapter 9. Any general questions on chapter 9?
Well, I think what I kind of understood in the sense that, right? Yes, what we are getting is information, knowledge, and everything, right? I think then contemplating on this, making sure that it sinks in within us so that we practice that, right? It has to be our like a breathing, right? It has to be something like that. I think so. That probably need to develop, right? I mean, that kind of a thing, so that every time these qualities has to resonate within us, right? I mean, every second, yeah, for us to really practice that, and right, if you show it in right from morning, right, and right from brushing teeth, and right, until we go to the bed, right? Even during bed, pretty much, right? I think, yeah. Right?
Yes, yes,
More
yeah.
like a Vyasa kind of a thing, to do that.
Yeah, once we start practicing being in satsang all the time, that at some point it becomes our second nature.
Yeah.
Initially, we have to try, we have to think that way and all that. Then we cultivate it to be our, just like how we drive without thinking of like driving 10, 20 years. It's also a practice that we have to work hard towards. And it becomes our second nature.
Right. Very well said. So basically, as we practice, right, it becomes our inner nature. And even if we are not able to attain the state of liberation in this life, we'll continue in the next life, right? That is how, I mean, that is what is called as, meritorious birth. We are carrying the merits from the previous births. And so it becomes less difficult for us in the next life. Like maybe this life, we are having less difficulty because of our previous lives, right? So we are able to, approach Acharya, able to surrender, get the knowledge, trying to practice. For a lot of people, even if this is available free and at their doorsteps and fingertips, people don't practice, don't even bother to even listen, right? So they are having difficulties. So we don't have those difficulties because we went through this path earlier, right, to some extent, and then now we are able to continue further. We probably we took birth in those families where we have the opportunity. We again we are able to come into a satsang and take the opportunity, right, easily. So we are having less obstacles, and a lot of people are born with potentially less obstacles, but they may decide other way, unfortunately. So they are born into families, or they are with somebody who is learning Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, who's practicing those principles. They are with them, but they decide not to follow. So it is their choice, unfortunately, and they would have to go through whatever they acquire, right? So one who is born, there are some people who are born into like into the families or the situations where it is very difficult for them to approach, an acharya and surrender, get the knowledge and practice and all that, but still they decide to do it, right? It is very difficult. However, they overcome those obstacles. That choice is also given to us by Paramatma. It's not that somebody who is born can never, born at a lower class with some of the karmic bondage will never be able to. That's not the case. Everybody has equal opportunity. So Paramatma is not going to say, hey, get away from here. I'm not going to give you the opportunity. He doesn't say that. So it is for people to open their minds and eyes and ears and try to take the opportunity. Some people have difficulty compared to others. I mean, those who are born into places where it is difficult to even live, right, due to other situations. So they may not have the opportunity to sit quietly and learn Bhagavad Gita. I'm just giving an example, right? So it is difficult for those people, which they cannot do anything about. So that's why we need to continue to practice, so that either we get liberation in this life, or we will be in a better position next life. we would not be having the difficulties that we would have if we don't take this opportunity in this life. Okay. So general question again. So we learned about bhakti, right? How do we develop bhakti? Okay, you have to have bhakti, all that Lord Krishna said, right? So how, how bhakti starts and how it develops? Anyone?
Karma Yoga.
Karma Yoga.
Bhakti starts by getting to
Gyan.
know Perumal through Guru. So his virtues, his leelas, the more we listen and the more we be in service with him with our rituals and daily anushtanam that Swamiji has said, then that's how we keep practicing and we get closer and closer and we fall in love with the Perumal.
Perfect answer. Yes. Bhakti is towards Paramatma, right? So if you don't know about his greatness, then will not feel like, right? I mean, if, you will visit some place, you want to visit some place, when somebody says how beautiful it is, how great it is. Okay, if somebody says you go to this place and don't tell anything about it, will you be interested? Right? No, right? So this
No.
bhakti is towards Paramatma. So Paramatma, we need to know about Paramatma. We need to understand how great Paramatma is, his greatness. Once we know how great he is, then we will be more and more interested in, surrendering to Paramatma and practicing the principles of bhakti. Right? Our bhakti develops. Our bhakti won't develop otherwise. Right? So Lord Krishna didn't leave us hanging. He just so far he mentioned in places where about Paramatma, how great he is, or some of the qualities, right? But it is very like here and there some bits and pieces. Bhakti is the mechanism or means through which we can attain Paramatma. Bhakti is towards Paramatma, surrendering to Paramatma. We will surrender to Paramatma only when we know about his greatness. So Lord Krishna started talking about his greatness. That is in the 10th chapter. Okay. So 10th chapter and 11th chapter, both. Okay. So the 10th chapter is called Vibhuti Vistara Yoga. Okay. What is Vibhuti? Anyone?
Manifestations.
Manifestation.
The way, let's say, one of the ways Paramatma, let's say Paramatma is seen or experienced or expresses himself.
Right.
Just like breath is the manifestation of prana. Yes, we don't see prana, but when we breathe, we know that we are getting prana. So like that, to be able to see Paramatma everywhere and in everything,
Right.
24/7.
Right. I mean, related. So basically, Vibhuti is his infinite divine auspicious qualities, attributes. Okay. No, not just that. It is a supreme majesty, supreme that Aishwaryam is called, sovereign majesty, sovereignty, over the entire universe. Okay? In creating this universe and sustaining this universe. His command over all beings in this universe. Okay, so in short, it is the greatness of Paramatma, right? How unique he is, there's no one equal or higher compared to Paramatma. We are all dependent on him. Okay, he is the one, basically that Vibhuti shows the marvelous creation that he has, in this world, this universe, and how he is sustaining this entire universe and controlling and commanding all beings in this universe. When you say all beings, not just living beings, moving, non-moving, living, non-living beings, right? Okay.
Okay.
We'll start with the sloka. Let me share. Let's show current. You can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please chant. Atha dasamodhyayah
Atha
Dasamodhyayah
Vibhuti Vistarayogah
Vibhuti
Vistara
Sri Bhagavan
Shri
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Bhuya eva mahabaho
Bhuya eva
Mahabaho
Shrunu me paramam vachah
Shrunu
Shrunu
me
me
paramam
paramavacha
Yatteham priyamanaya
Yatteham priyamanaya
Vakshyami hitakamyaya
Vakshyami hitakamamaya
Let's chant together. Sri
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Bhuya eva mahabaho
Mahabaho
Shrunu
Shrunu
me
me
paramam
vacha
Yate
Yete aham priyamanaya
Vakshyami
Mamaya
Hey Mahabaho, Arjuna, Bhuyaha eva aham te vakshyami. Bhuyaha again. Aham te vakshyami. I am telling you. Again, no, I'm not repeating, but I'm telling something more than what I have given earlier. So Bhuyaha, I am telling you, Priyamanaya. You are listening to me, my glory with delight. So Lord Krishna, we finished 9th chapter, right? So we finished half of Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna is listening with, with interest, with delight. He's not thinking, oh, why is he giving all this lecture? He could have simply said, just fight, and I would have fought. Why is he saying all this stuff? Or Arjuna is not thinking, he's saying too much about himself. So, he's not, he's saying he's God, and he has all these things. No, I don't agree. Or I don't like what he's saying. All this he does not have. I mean, typically when somebody is saying something good about themselves, normal people, some people get this kind of feelings in their mind that I am getting bored. I don't want to listen. You are telling some stories, which are not true, and they feel like arguing. None of those feelings are there for Arjuna. Arjuna is very intently listening to Lord Krishna, okay, with attention. So Lord Krishna is commending Arjuna, saying that, hey Arjuna, I'll continue. Okay, I'm going to tell you more. Because you are listening to me with delight, right? with interest. Shruno, listen. Me paramam vachaha, to my supreme message, to supreme words or message. Okay? Yet hitakamyaya, that is that which is for your welfare. Okay? So I'm going to tell you something that is good for you. For your welfare, I'm going to tell you. So listen to it with attention. Okay? Good. So what is that message is going to give? Is telling about himself. So what is the typical concept anybody has about God? Before we go into this class, I
Pray
mean,
to
people will be
him.
surprised. Yeah,
You-
go ahead.
You pray to him, he'll get you rid of all your sins, and he'll give all whatever you want from him.
Okay, that's it.
And God is someone who is there only in a particular place, or you have to go to the temple and pray God.
Right. These are both are the typical things that people will have. Yeah.
Yes.
Anything more about God?
Are we talking
God
about
is,
misconceptions?
yeah, misconception. Typical understanding that people may have about
Oh,
God.
okay. Yeah, that they will do business with God. Oh, we'll break this many coconuts if you do this. All that negotiating, all of that, everybody does.
Right.
God is someone with all his kavachas and with right. I mean, yeah, with 100 hands and right when with all the ayudhams and machinery, pretty much all that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
he
God is
does.
associated with only the what is it, form? One form or some few forms. Okay.
And he has
Yeah.
favoritism. He favors some people. He punishes some people.
Right. Another misconception. God is there sitting somewhere else, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And we had to go to him, or he has to come down to us, appear in front of us. If God appears in front of us, all our problems will be solved. And one of the major things is that he's there somewhere else, right?
Yes.
That is one of the major misconceptions, somewhere else. And so we can do whatever we want to do. One of the choices that we have is to pray to God if we want something in our life, right? Otherwise, we are on our own. We don't need God, and God doesn't bother us, right? So we have everything, whatever we need to do, right?
Those are clarified in the first 9 chapters, right? I think we understood that God is pervading everywhere. I think at least 9 chapters, right? God explained that probably 100 times, right? When every chapter is been Paramatma explaining that, right?
Actually, we are going to learn even more than what God said about himself in the previous chapters. Yes, he's a creator. He's Antaryami. He's pervading all, supporting all. He's the one who is like how the string, you know, in the
pearls.
garland, yeah, in a garland of pearls,
Pearl
and that
pearls.
string we cannot see is the one who is supporting. So still, I mean, it's abstract. These slokas will make it like really open our mind, open, oh my God, this is what God is, right? And this is why we need to pray to him. This is why we need to be, we need to surrender to him. Okay, so that is what we are going to see. If he's like, oh, we can do whatever we want. See, God anyway is supporting, right? So you don't have to pray to him to support more or less, right? He already said that. So I'm born in this body. Let's say if I believe, like I'm Atma in this body. Still, this body is with me. I can do whatever I want and enjoy, this particular whatever life that I have. That's what some people think, and that we don't need God. God is not required for us. That's what people think. Okay, so but they are not able to see something even more surprising thing that we'll learn. Okay, so we'll go to second sloka. Please chant. Name vidussuraganaha
Name
Vidussuraganaha
prabhavam namaharshayah
Prabhavam
Namaharshaya
ahamadirhi devanam
Ahamadir Devanam
Maharshinam cha sarvasaha
Maharshinam cha Sarvasaha
Let's chant together. Name
Gana
Prabhavam Namaharshayah Ahamadir
Devanam
Maharshinam cha sarvasaha. Lord Krishna is saying, Suraganaha Maharshayaha. Cha. Cha is end, right? So one is Suraganaha. Suraganaha are the group of Devatas. Collection of Devatas or groups of Devatas. Brahma and other Devatas. Brahma is also a Devata. Okay, Maharshaya, Suraganaha, Maharshayaha, and Maharshis. Cha. So all the Devatas and Maharshis are great sages. Na viduhu, do not know. Me prabhavam, my greatness. So Lord Krishna is saying, even Brahma and other Devatas and all the great sages, they do not know my greatness in total. Okay, they may bits and pieces depending on our. Some may recognize, for example, we see somebody as great, right? If we know about that person, but our whatever we know probably limited. He may be even greater than that, right? Typically, if someone don't know at all about that person, will not even think that is great, right? This person is great, right? Depending on how much we know, how much knowledge we have about that person, we will know, oh, this much is great, right? So Brahma and other devatas and great sages, they do not know me, my greatness. Lord Krishna is saying, Aham Adihi, I am the origin. Devanam Maharshinam, of the devatas and great sages. Sarvasaha, in all ways. All ways, not always. In every way. Okay. So Lord Krishna is saying, Aham Adihi, I am the origin. So later he said in all ways, right? So basically he is the one who is bestowing, who is giving the gnana to these devatas. Okay. So why did Lord Krishna say that Brahma and other devatas and great sages don't know about me? Why did he say that?
Because Paramatma is the one who, or let's say, the cause of their creation as well.
Right. Paramatma is the cause of their creation, and Paramatma is the cause of others' creation also.
Others' creation also.
Right. So, I mean, this is where Bhagavad Gita we need to really understand. So he said they don't know. Devatas and Maharshis don't know. It doesn't mean that Manushas know about Paramatma. Right. So, right. I mean, people shouldn't be taking, oh, he said those people don't know. So devatas don't know. It's not literally they don't know, right? So what Lord Krishna is saying is, see, these devatas and great sages, they have great sensory perception compared to the regular normal people and other beings, right? So he's kind of compare. See, even they don't know about it. That's how we need to understand. If they don't know in total about me, then what about other people? Right? So other people, we can definitely know that other people don't know. Instead of saying, hey, all of you guys don't know about me, he's saying that even the greatest of greatest, I mean, we think devatas are the supreme beings, superior beings with sensory, perception, greater sensory perceptions. They are not tired like us. They are not limited like us, right? Even the great sages. Now they are not. They are able to do tapas for thousands of years, right? Even they do not know me completely. So what does that mean? I'm the only one who can tell about myself, right? Isn't it? So listen from me. See, if you talk to the devatas and maharshis, they are great sages, we may get bits and pieces of information, but I'm the one who know about myself completely. I'm going to tell about my greatness, myself. Okay, so listen to me with attention. Okay. look at third sloka. Sloka number 3. Listen. Yo mamajamanaadincha
Yo
Adincha
Veti lokamaheshwaram
Vilokamaheshwaram
asammudha samatyeshu
Asammodhasamadhyeshu
sarva papai pramuchyate.
Sarva papa pramuchyate.
Let's start with that. Yo
Yo
mamajamanaadincha
majamanaadincha
Veti lokamaheshwaram
Lokamaheshwaram
Asammodhasamadhyeshu
asammodhasamadhyeshu
Sarva
sarva
papai
papai
pramuchyate.
pramuchyate. Lord Krishna is saying, Yaha mam veti, whoever knows me, as what? As Ajam, Anadim, Loka Maheshwaram. Ajam is one who is not born. Anadim, one having no beginning. Adi is beginning, Anadi is no beginning. Loka Maheshwaram, as the supreme ruler of everyone. Ishvara means one who is a ruler, master, controller, right? Sarva Loka Maheshwaram is the supreme ruler of Sarva Loka, everyone. So whoever knows me as Ajam, Anadim, Loka Maheshwaram, Saha, that person, Saha Matyeshu Asammodha, that person is Asammodha, is wise. Okay. Sammodha is delusion, right? Hallucination. Asammodha is one who is having wisdom, who is not having delusion, not having that hallucination. Okay. So, okay. So, what is the delusion? The delusion is thinking that Paramatma is equal to us. Okay. So, for example, Duryodhana, right? He tried to imprison Lord Krishna, right? So he thought, oh, Lord Krishna is like us. So he's having the delusion that he's maybe equal to us, comparable to us, maybe slightly more, 5% more, 10% more, comparable to other beings. That is what the Sammodha is. Asammodha is not having such delusion. Okay. So one who knows me as Ajam, Anadim, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram will be devoid of delusion, hallucination. Matyeshu, among all the mortals in this world, right? And what happens to that person? Sarva papaihi pramuchyate. Sarva papaihi pramuchyate. Pramuchyate is released, detached, freed. Sarva papaihi, from all the sins. Now, from all the sins that are obstructing that person from development of bhakti. See, there are sins that are obstructing us from proceeding further in bhakti, right? We still don't feel it. But once we know the greatness of Paramatma as Ajam, Anadim, and Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, then we would be getting rid of the sins that are preventing us from practicing bhakti. Okay? So, this is a great shloka that we need to think, why did Lord Krishna mention Ajaha, Anadi, and Sarvaloka Maheshwaraha? These three qualities. There's so many things that he could say. Why did he pick these three? And why did he say the word, asamudaha, right? So when we know these three, we'll be getting rid of the delusion, right? So why did he pick up only these three?
Because these three are the common things, right? Birth, existence, and right? Death, kind of a thing for a human being, right? These are pretty much, that's what we you take them into, what do you call them, right? Janma mrityu kind of a thing, right? I think
Right.
Kind of, so how do you not able to explain?
Yeah, it's it's a tricky question. We need to again, in all these cases, that's why we need to approach Acharya and get the inner meanings. So with God's grace, with Acharya's grace, we are getting this knowledge. So Ajaha is having no birth. And Atma also doesn't have birth, right? Right. But here, so Lord Krishna is distinguishing himself from all the ones that are having birth. See, we are having birth and death cycle, right? Atma itself doesn't have birth. But Atma is taking birth again and again, isn't it? So Atma is the one who is forced to take birth again and again in this cycle, right? We learned that we take birth again and again. So, and this Atma is having its body as the material nature, the matter, right? So, Atma is Chit or Jivatma, and the body is made of Achit, matter, right? So, those who know me as Ajaha is clearly saying that those who know me as distinguished from these other two. If you are thinking me like the other Jivatma, then you are Samudaha, right? If you are thinking me like I'm equivalent to matter, then you are Asamudaha. Sorry, Samudaha. So what Lord Krishna is saying is, he's distinguishing Paramatma from the matter, that is Achit, right, or insentient, and Jivatma, sentient or Chit or animate. All these are synonyms that are used. So very clearly differentiating himself from these two. Okay, and these are the ones that are going through birth and death cycle. So matter is also going through. Actually, it's the body only going through the death cycle, right? Not Atma. So, but if you see as a together, they're going through birth and death cycle, right? So he's differentiating himself from the Jivatmas who are taking birth again and again, they are called Baddha Jivas. They are bound. Okay, that's the term that is given for Jivatmas which take birth again and again, are going in this cycle of taking different bodies, right? One after the other. So they are Baddha Jivas, they are bound Jivas. So the next he said Anadi. Now there are some Jivas who go through this cycle and they get liberated. And then they don't go through the cycle of birth again and again, right? Taking birth again and again. What are they called? Jivas which are liberated.
Mumukshus, right? Who kind of
Mumukshu is the one who is seeking liberation.
liberation, who liberated is recommended.
Yeah. Mukta Jivas.
Mukta Jivas. Yeah.
Mukta Jivas. So those Mukta Jivas that are having some beginning of that state of Mukti.
Yeah.
Right? So Lord Krishna is saying that Paramatma does not have that beginning also. That means he never was never as a Baddha Jiva and got Mukti. Right? So is see, one is taking birth again and again. So Ja is taking birth. Ajaha is not taking birth. That means I am not Baddha Jiva. And the other one is having a beginning for the Mukti. They are the Mukta Jivas. So I don't have that beginning. So I am Anadi. So that means I am distinguished from the Mukta Jivas. Okay? And Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Now, there are Baddha Jivas and Mukta Jivas. There are more Jivas. Can anyone say?
The Devatas, right? Devatas.
No, Devatas are also Baddha Jivas.
What is the
Deva, Manusha, Tiryak, Stavara are the four classes of the births. Right? So Deva is the higher level class, you can say. So there are some Jivas who have never taken birth. They never have to take birth. So they're not the ones who are liberated. Okay. Examples: Adisesha, Sudarshana, Vishwaksena, Garuda. These Jivas did not have to go through the cycle of births and deaths. Okay. So they are not Mukta Jivas. They are called Nitya Jivas. Okay. So they're always liberated from beginning. So by saying that Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, Lord Krishna is saying is that I am the supreme ruler of all Jivas. That includes the Nitya Jivas. Okay. So I am the supreme ruler of Baddha Jivas and the creation that involves Baddha Jivas. I am the supreme ruler of Mukta Jivas and the creation that involves Mukta Jivas. And I am supreme ruler of Nitya Jivas as well. All these are subservient, subordinate for me. Okay. So one who knows this, one who knows me as above all these and distinguished from these, is the one who will have all his sins cleared in order for us to go into the state of bhakti, right? So we'll be released from that, from the obstacles that prevent us from getting the bhakti. So if I think that, oh, he's like any other jiva, then I'm equivalent to Bhagavan. So why should I pray to God? I am God, right? So so if I'm God, then I don't have to have bhakti. I will just pray myself, be happy with myself. Why do I have to serve Paramatma? Right? I'll serve myself. So it leads to some other, unfortunately, that was not the original intention of those who may be saying that, but it may lead to people trying to just be happy by themselves, thinking they are only Paramatma. So they don't have to have bhakti. So the entire thing breaks. Like whatever Paramatma, Lord Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita is totally broken, right? You are not seeking Paramatma anymore. You are thinking you are Paramatma. So if Lord Krishna intended to do that, intended to say that we are Paramatma, he doesn't have to give all this lecture. He could have simply said, Arjuna, you are Paramatma, done. Right? So he's very clearly telling, I am this. I am superior, distinguished compared to any other jiva. Of course, the entire matter itself. So we need to, knowing that, then we will start thinking of bhakti, right? Otherwise, we will not. The next two slokas will be so amazing. Any questions on this?
So Nitya Jivas, only 5 of them are there, Varaprasad.
5 that I know of. It's a good question. I think so.
Why only those 5 are there? How have no idea behind it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe again we need to go through other scriptures to understand. But
Adishisha, Garuda, Sudarshana, what are the other 2?
Vishwaksena
Vishwakshena.
And what did you say?
Sudarshana. 4, right? 4 or 5?
4, huh?
4.
Only 4.
Yeah,
okay,
4.
Okay.
Right. So it is possible that all Paramatma's weapons are Nitya Jivas. All his paraphernalia are Nitya Jivas, right? So it is these 4 are prominent that we know of, but there could be others as well. So it is not like Paramatma is present anadi. Think of the time when that, like at the beginning, right? Beginning of creation. It's not like he and only these 4 are existing. There must be more that serve him, right? So again, I don't have the complete list, but I based on the like reading between the lines, definitely there should be more. But I don't have the list.
There is no mention about Lakshmi Devi.
Yeah, Lakshmi Devi is part of him, and Lakshmi Devi is born. From the ocean, it came out of the ocean, right? So again, those topics. It is good to know that there are Nitya Jivas, Mukta Jivas, and Baddha Jivas. There are some number of each one of them. Of course, Baddha Jivas are like almost infinite number.
Countless.
So Nitya Jivas are fairly limited. Okay, these are the 4 prominent that we know of, and there could be more. Mukta Jivas are Jivas that got liberated in the past, right? Our Acharyas are part of them. So could be again limited, those Mukta Jivas. Important to know that they are They are still existing. All these are existing, and they are, they are all serving Paramatma. So Paramatma is the one who is supporting them and ruling them, master of all, right? That's what he mentioned, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. That includes all lokas, all beings, all creations, right? Wherever they are, whoever they are. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next two slokas. Hopefully, we'll do that. Okay, please stand. Buddhirjnanasammohaha
Buddhirjnanasammoha
Kshama satyam damasamaha
Kshama satyam damaha
Satyam
samaha
Sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo
Sukham
Dukham Dukham
dukkam
Bhavo
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 Bhayam cha bhayameva cha.
Bhayam cha abhayam
Bhayameva cha
cha
Let's chant together.
Buddhirjnanam
Buddhirjnanasammohaha
asamavo
Kshama
Kshama satyam
Satyam
damasamaha
Sukham
Sukham
dukkham
Dukham Bhavo
bhava
Bhavo
bhayam
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 cha
cha
abhayam
Bhayameva cha
bhayam cha.
The next sloka is also linked to it. So we'll chant next sloka also. We'll try to cover them. Please chant. Ahimsa samata tushtihi
Ahimsa
Ahimsa
Samata
samata tushtihi
tapodanam yaso yasaha
tapodanam yasho
Tapodanam
yasaha
bhavanti bhava bhutanam
Bhavanti
Bhavanti
Bhava
bhava
Bhutanam
bhutanam
Bhavabutanam
matta eva pruthak vidhaha.
Matta
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 Eva
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 Prithak
prithak
Pratagvidha
vidha
Vidha
Let's chant together.
Ahimsa
Ahimsa samata
Samata
Samatushti
Tushti
tushtihi
Tapodanam
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 yasha
yaso
Yasho
ayasha
yasaha
Yasoyasaha
Bhavanti
bhavanti
Bhanti
Bhava
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 Bhutanam
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 Bhavabutanam
Matta
matta
Mata
Eva
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 Prithak
pruthak
pruthak
Vidha
vidha.
vidhaha.
Pratagvidha
So Lord Krishna gave lot of qualities that we kind of think we possess, right? So he's saying in the fifth sloka, right? He's saying pruthak vidha bhavaha, various kinds of attributes, tendencies, right? Bhavaha, pruthak vidha bhavaha, various kinds of these attributes or tendencies, bhutanam, of all beings, matta eva bhavanti, exist from me by my wish, my will alone. So all these attributes we think we are possessing, right? They are existing because of Paramatma's will. Okay. So what are those attributes? Let's go through. Buddhi, intelligence, power of mind to decide. Okay. I have a lot of buddhi. Let us say somebody says that. So, why that buddhi is existing in that person? How is that buddhi existing in that person?
Because of Paramatma.
Paramatma only. So it is not like our buddhi is because of ourselves. Like somehow it, we developed it and we own it, and it's ours, right? Ours to take along with us. Now, that ability to see, these are all the attributes or dispositions. Attributes. So buddhi is an attribute. That ability is existing in us because of Paramatma. It will not be there if Paramatma is not supporting that. So buddhi is because of me only. My sankalpa, Paramatma sankalpa. That buddhi, we have buddhi. Jnanam is knowledge. Ability to differentiate between chit and achit, for example, right? So the knowledge that we have about the three realities, chit, achit, and Ishvara. Okay, so that is jnanam. Asammohaha, it is disillusion, free from false impression of reality. So thinking of a rope as a snake, for example, or looking at a white pearl and thinking it is silver. So, or looking at something that is not real and thinking it is real, right? So that is illusion. So asamoha, disillusion, is because of Paramatma. It is not existing because we developed on our own. Okay. Kshama. See, when I say we developed on our own, it's not that basic ability is not our own creation, is what I'm trying to say. We can develop these qualities with Paramatma's blessings. Okay. Asammohaha is recovered. Kshama is tolerance, forgiveness, to remain calm when there are disturbances. So I'm again thinking that I have forgiving nature. How did that forgiving nature come to me? Because of Paramatma. Okay. Satyam, truthfulness, saying things as they are for the welfare of all beings. Satyam is not something telling the truth when it hurts people. Okay. Satyam is saying things as they are for the welfare of the people, for all beings, not just people. Damaha is restrain the external senses. Okay. Restraining the external senses, moving them away from things that are distracting us from our own self, distracting us from self-realization, God-realization. So that is damaha. Samaha is controlling our inner sense, that is mind. Okay. And moving the mind away from all the materialistic things, mundane things around us. Sukham, happiness. Dukkham is distress. Bhavaha is cheerful feeling that arises in the mind when we are happy. When we are happy, can you explain that feeling of happy? We feel that whatever emotion, that tendency, whatever feeling that we get when we are happy, that's also Paramatma's sankalpa. Abhavaha is depression. So bhavaha, abhavaha, the depression, the feeling of unhappiness. Bhayam is fear. Abhayam, fearlessness. I'll quickly go through. Ahimsa, harmlessness, refraining from hurting other people. That is ahimsa. Samata, equanimity. Tushtihi, cheerfulness. Okay. Natural joy when we are dealing with others. I mean, that's also some people equivalent it to content, content feeling. Tapaha is austerity, tapas. Okay, self-discipline. Danam is charity, kindness. Yasaha is fame. Ayasaha, infamy, notoriety. Okay. So all these attributes, tendencies that we have, that we think we are possessing, right? Not all, and some of them we feel sometimes, right? We are happy sometimes, we are depressed sometimes, we are unhappy sometimes, we are we feel cheerful sometimes, we are content sometimes, we are we have the ahimsa nature. We don't want to hurt people or other beings unnecessarily. We have equal equanimity, samatva drishti, samatva buddhi, and the entire, like, we have very good decision making power. We have a lot of knowledge. So these things, everything that is driving us in our life is because of who?
Lord Paramatma.
Paramatma. We don't realize this, and again, unless we read this, we think some Paramatma is all these feelings I'm getting, right? All the tendencies that I have, all the qualities that I have are my own, I think. So if I am, let us say, having tolerance, right? Kshama gunam, tolerance, being calm when there are disturbances. If I have that gunam, the guna, the quality, I think, oh, it is my greatness, right? But it is given to us by Paramatma. It is Paramatma's wish that I have that guna, that quality. Okay. The tendency to tell the truth. Okay, for the benefit of all beings. Okay, again, that it's great. Yes, I have the quality, but why do I have the quality? Who is supporting that quality? Why is that quality existing in me? Because of Paramatma. So if I know that the entire thing that I am existing here with all these qualities, tendencies, right, in my life, everything is because of Paramatma. So how much we would have bhakti towards Paramatma, isn't it? It is his greatness that we are having all these attributes. Right? Any questions on this? We went through quickly, but see, all these qualities, if we think we have, it's because of Paramatma. Now, we are able to speak, we are able to walk, we are able to eat, we are able to digest food, we are able to breathe, our body is beating, the heart is beating. Now, all functions actually it will come later also. I mean, it's a great eye-opening. Lord Krishna talks about the anatomy of the body sometime later. So everything is supported by him only. It's like I am able to think. I'm a great thinker, great philosopher. You should immediately think of Paramatma, right? Because without Paramatma, I cannot think, I cannot remember, I will not have knowledge. right? So all these are existing because of me, he said, because of my sankalpa, my wish. That is Lord Krishna saying, not me. Okay. Let 4 minutes over. Any questions before we conclude?
So we'll come back to Shloka 4 next class. Bhagavad
Yeah,
Gita.
we'll touch again. Yeah, we'll review 4 and 5. Any questions? Yeah, please note down and maybe we can bring it up. But all these qualities are really good to have a list. Later on also, Lord Krishna gives the qualities, sattvic qualities, daiva qualities. So that we need to remember and practice. And all of them are supported by Paramatma only. None of it is because of our own greatness, right? So then we will be subservient. We will be serving, surrendering to God, because nothing belongs to us. Thing that we think, oh, I am able to remember. I have this knowledge. I have this decision-making power. I'm able to do my job by myself. That entire thing will vanish. He's the one who is supporting everything. So we would be so much having
Indebted.
love towards him. Like it's like somebody every step of the way. Like if somebody is I don't have anything to eat, right? Somebody comes and gives me some food. How will we feel, right? So every step of the way, every second of our life, he is the one who is supporting us in all ways. Sarvasaha, always. So how much love we should have, how much respect we should have towards Paramatma. Okay, we'll conclude here.
Ayena vacha
Ayena vacha mansendriyeva buddhyatmana va prakrute svabhavat karomi yajjat sakalam parasmai narayanaayeti samarpayami Srimannarayanayeti samarpayami sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Om Asmatgurubhyo Namaha.
Namaha.
Jai Srimannarayan.
Jai
Jai
Srimannarayan.
Srimannarayan. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jai Srimannarayan.
Krishna. Thank you so much.